welcome to the brand new Tarantula Collective. To my knowledge, the only studio in the United States solely dedicated to the photography of tarantulas and other arachnids and invertebrates. Now, I started this channel October 28th of 2018. Just me and a couple dozen tarantulas in my basement, making videos with a Galaxy 7 smartphone. Never did I imagine my channel would grow to the point that this would even be possible. A huge thank you to everyone that's been following my channel and watching the videos all these years. Your support has been a main component in the success of this channel and a constant source of motivation for myself. There have been some major changes in my life since starting this channel. I've had some health issues, but making videos about tarantulas was and still is a constant source of happiness. And being able to transition from my 9-to-5 job and make videos here on YouTube full-time has been nothing short of an amazing yet terrifying experience.
You got one baby, Papa?
Is that Spider?
Spider, right there.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
There were a lot of advantages to making videos in my basement. Work was just downstairs, and I rarely ever had to leave the house, which in retrospect is probably not a good thing. But I could walk downstairs at any time and see all of my animals. But there were definitely some drawbacks as well. One of the big ones is I would find myself editing videos at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. There was really no separation between my family life and my work life. And I was always tripping over myself with light stands, tripods, mic cables. It was just a very confined space, and I needed a lot more room. But I didn't have any more room in my house to expand. I had pretty much already taken over the entire basement and was starting to take over part of the garage. So I set out looking for a new space, and I probably looked at dozens of different properties within my price range. For the most part, they were either too small, too loud, or they needed like 6 to 9 months worth of construction before they'd even be ready for me to move in. And then one day I stumbled upon this location, and I didn't even know that this space existed, even though it's just a short distance from my home. But it was in my price range, it's nearby my house, and it has about 3 times as much space as I thought I needed. I mean, it isn't perfect, but what it lacks, it definitely makes up for in other areas. Now, this is the lobby. It's just kind of like a hangout spot, somewhere I can sit and talk with clients or visitors or whoever might be stopping by. And right back there is my office. It's where I do all the video editing, edit the podcast, and pretty much any other business related stuff. To my right over here is the workshop. It's a mess right now, so I'm not gonna take you over there, but it's a cool little space where I've got all of the supplies I picked up from the bio dude, like the substrate, cork bar, cork branches, all that stuff. I can store all that over there, as well as a bunch of empty enclosures that I'm not using. But I've also got my workbench, cleaning supplies, and stuff like that. Over there is where I'll be filming videos that are like enclosure builds or building a 3D background to an enclosure. Maybe some unboxings or stuff like that. But this room is completely sealed off from my main room. So over here, I can paint, I can use silicone or anything that has fumes or chemical smell. I can use it safely over here and not worry about it harming the animals. I mean, this room even has its own HVAC system, so it's pretty ideal. Not to mention there's a room in between the 2 rooms. So over there, I can build and construct and paint and all that stuff for all the animals that are gonna be over here. This is the main studio. I am setting up multiple sets or places to film, so I don't have to constantly reposition the lights. So there will be this angle, this main set, the secondary set, the podcast set. And regarding the banners behind me, the Tarantula Collective is this main YouTube channel. The Exotic Pet Collective is the podcast, and Arachne Productions is my commercial business. So when I make a video for a business, like a commercial or some social media content, that's not coming from the Tarantula Collective, it's coming from Arachne Productions.
Hi! I'm Rosie. I'm a beautiful jumping spider who deserves a beautiful home. That's why I'm glad my human friend got me a Tarantula Cribs treehouse enclosure made from thick, crystal clear acrylic with plenty of cross ventilation and a sliding front door that magnetically locks. My new home keeps me safe inside with plenty of room to jump around, while providing me the ability to easily see the world around me.
So not only will I be making YouTube videos and recording podcasts, but also making social media content and commercials for other businesses in the exotic pet hobby and other related communities. So it's kind of a side business away from my own personal content creation. So if you know any businesses looking, be sure to send them my way. And if you have any interest in seeing those commercial style videos, just subscribe to my third channel, Arachne Productions. I'll leave a link for it down below in the description. The well-being of the animals here is always my top priority. So to help me ensure that they are always well cared for, I have hired an animal care specialist. And his name is Zach. He's the guy that helped me move all of the animals from my basement over to the new studio. But he's also a zoology student that's about to enter grad school. Everybody, I want you to meet Zach. Say hello.
How's it going?
And I appreciate you being willing to help. You know, a lot of people are very jealous of your job, but he's coming in.
Just kind of fell into it.
And he is coming over once or twice a week to help feed, water, and rehouse tarantulas. But he's also starting to help me do some tarantula wrangling. So when I'm filming tarantulas for a video, I got an extra set of hands there to help keep the tarantulas safe. And it's been really nice having him here to help with feeding and moving and just all the insanity that's ensued from moving to this new space. And to make sure we're both efficient and effective, we're currently using the Reptiles app to keep track of all of the animals. I have a tablet set up on the feeding cart. So as Zach or I feed tarantulas, we can make sure to log it in the Reptiles app. And it's nice because I also have the app on my phone. So if I'm not here, if I'm working in the office, I can just pull up the app and see what tarantulas Zach was able to feed today and who still needs fed. And there's also a notes section where we can make notations about any tarantula that is, for instance, being very defensive or is about to mold or maybe needs rehoused. If I see it, I can make sure to put it in the notes section. Or if it's something like a rehouse, Zach or I could put it on the to-do list. And I can also use the Reptiles web app from my computer and display it right here in the lobby so we can both see exactly who's been fed and who still needs fed. I mean, just by glancing at the screen, I can see our to-do list, any notes about issues with any of the animals. Maybe a tarantula is about to mold or it needs rehouse or a snake pooped in its water dish. I mean, whatever it is, Zach can communicate that to me through the Reptiles app and vice versa. And having a dedicated display right here in the common area really helps with the communication. That way we know nothing is gonna fall through the cracks. So far, it is working very well. And I have a whole video on the Reptiles app, if you're not familiar with it, that I will link above. So no matter who's here that day taking care of the animals, we have an updated, ongoing list of everything that needs to be done. So we know what we need to work on and what's already been completed. I've been watching my friends on YouTube grow like crazy the past few years, like Tarantula Cat or Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles. They do a phenomenal job with their content. They really connect with their audience, and they're also just very amazing and kind people. And as excited as I am for them, it can be a little disheartening to see your colleagues grow faster than you do. But I just remind myself that growth is a process, not a destination. And success isn't just the number of subscribers or views that you have, or even a dollar amount. For me, success is happiness. And happiness is being able to do what you love, what you are interested in, and what makes a difference in the world, even if only in a very small way. It's really all about incremental success, hitting those small milestones and staying focused on those big goals 5 or 10 years down the road. So no matter how large the challenge or how devastating the failure, the most important thing for me is to just keep going, keep growing, and keep doing the next right thing. I really hope you like this new studio. And if you want to see a video where I go enclosure by enclosure showing you all the tarantulas and reptiles and other animals that I have, be sure to tell me about it down below in the comments. As always, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for buying Tarantula Collective merchandise, and I will see you next Tuesday. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. How does this look? A test, a test, a test, a test. A 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3.